They weren't afraid to get their hands dirty, whether it be using mulch or picking up leaves. Nearly a dozen workers from healthcare giant Cigna spent Tuesday sprucing up a 2-mile part of the Lackawanna Valley Heritage Trail in Taylor. Carol McGraw is an avid gardener.
Normally I would be on a phone for probably a good 7 to 8 hours, and whenever I can be outside, I take the chance to be outside.
From picking up debris to planting flowers and shrubs, the effort and the trail itself were new to some of the volunteers.
I don't garden at home. We have some bushes and stuff planted, and I'll go out and weed every once in a while if it really looks bad. Otherwise, you wouldn't catch me out there doing any of this.
But on this day, the Cigna Green team was united in its effort to make the trail more beautiful for the countless walkers and bikers that use it every day. Employees felt adopting part of the trail would give them a place to constantly go back to and see the progress they've made.
We were looking into doing park cleanups and road cleanups and things of that nature, and then we decided we wanted to actually adopt a trail.
In a company with hundreds of local workers, getting outside in the fresh air also gives them a chance to build rapport with one another away from a cubicle.
The biggest thing for me has been getting to work with other departments and communicate with each other in a totally different environment.
Reporting in Taylor, Lackawanna County, Eric Dable, Eyewitness News. With his brother doing the honors, the new baseball field at the Penn State Worthington-Scranton campus was officially dedicated Thursday to Scranton native Matt McGloin. The former football walk-on turned starting quarterback for the Nittany Lions is now with the Oakland Raiders. His parents and family on hand for the ceremony.
You know, it's just incredible. Like I said, at Matt's age of 25, to have a facility named after him. You're right. It's for people who have passed away, or you know, God forbid, or things like that. And we're just overwhelmed by the honor that was bestowed on Matt.
Because he's in Oakland getting ready for the upcoming season, McGloin himself couldn't attend, but did send a video message.
It's truly an unexpected and terrific honor.
$3 million was invested in the new baseball field, the campus's first ever softball field, field house, and sports information center. Players have been watching construction for the last year.
We're really excited to get on there and play next year, and so it's super excited.
This is spectacular, actually. I played here, this is going to be my 4th year, and I played the first 2 years, and it's been rough shape.
The new fields are just the first part of a 3-phase campus athletic facilities renovation. Up next will be a new campus wellness center and improvements to the school's current multi-purpose building, which houses its gym.
I always felt that coaching is teaching, and these young men and women are going to learn so much about life on these fields.
Campus officials plan to start the 2nd and 3rd phases of this project as soon as they raise the money. Reporting in Dunmore, Eric Dable, Eyewitness News. It's called a Mobile Analytical Unit. In the coming days and months, this Department of Environmental Protection truck will be parked in different neighborhoods near the Keystone Sanitary Landfill. Wednesday, it was at Sherwood Park in Dunmore.
We all want to enjoy this community, and we want our kids to enjoy it too.
Casey Grady brought her kids to the park and noticed all the air monitoring equipment that was set up.
I'm very happy that they're doing the testing, and I'm glad that they're starting at the park because we're all concerned about the health of everyone in the community, and especially our children.
The unit uses infrared light to measure gases and compounds associated with methane that might be coming from the landfill. All of the data collected will be interpreted by the Department of Health, which will determine if a landfill expansion would negatively impact nearby homes and businesses.
I'm glad that they took the effort and initiative to do this because it's very helpful.
The truck spent about 4 hours in total at Sherwood Park. The testing wasn't intrusive at all. Marissa Fadu lives on Troop Street and will be interested in finding out the results because she says the landfill doesn't bother her family much at all.
It'd have to be an extremely hot day for us to smell it, and just barely. It doesn't affect our lives at all.
We take a couple steps, stop, look around.
They're only high school seniors, but they know a lot about crime scene forensics. Already considered the best in the state, Connor Kiernan, Alex Boyarski, and Alex Zakreski are about to compete to be the best in the nation in the 2015 Skills USA Championships.
They are the best of the best I have ever seen in the years that I've actually been working here. I am very proud of them.
The students spend time every day practicing scenarios, what they might find one day in real life. They dust for fingerprints, photograph evidence, and look for clues. Even though the scenarios are staged by instructors, the students know the smallest piece of evidence they find could be critical.
They hide guns in weird places where you can't find them, bullets underneath them. So a lot of detail, a lot of moving the body around, looking in their pockets, and if you don't find the stuff.
Each of the students has an interest in being a police officer or working in forensics as a career. Each loves the competitions. They take them very seriously.
The reason we're the first in the state is because we learn from each mistakes that we've had practicing. So if we miss something one time, we're not going to miss it again.
The students say they're successful because they work together well as a team. With bragging rights already in Pennsylvania, the kids are going to nationals with confidence.
We're getting gold. We're definitely getting gold.
You have confidence?
Have a lot of confidence in me and my teammates.
Reporting in Scranton, Eric Dable, Eyewitness News.
Negotiate now! Negotiate now!
With raised voices and picket signs, roughly 100 workers from Lackawanna County's Office of Youth and Family Services walked off the job Friday.
What do we want? Respect!
Outside the building where they normally work, the employees were fighting for better pay in contract negotiations.
When you have people in our office making $23,000 a year that qualify for public housing and public assistance, you know, it's tough to make ends meet on that.
We are SB!
The people on these picket lines are caseworkers and aides who deal with sexual and physical abuse cases and neglect situations involving young children. They don't believe county commissioners fully understand what they do.
There's been times where I've had to bring the police out with me to dangerous situations, times where I walked into houses and there's needles everywhere and drugs. There's been times I had to take my clothes off on my front porch because I didn't want to bring bed bugs into my house.
Who protects us?
At points, the workers were joined by people they've helped over the years. Brian Morgantini has spent 17 years in the foster care system. He says he would be homeless today without these people.
I've called workers at, 12 at night who have gotten out of their bed and helped me out. They're all selfless and they deserve to be paid, what they're worth.
Earlier this week, county commissioners said they've negotiated a fair and reasonable contract with the employees, offering raises of between 2 and 2.5% over the next 3 years. The employees' union say other workers have gotten more.
The commissioners handed out lavish raises to their management people. They told us they didn't have any money, and then we found out they had an $8.5 million surplus.
But I got my number.
B2858. This number identifies Saul Laurie as a concentration camp survivor. Wednesday, Laurie, who lost all his family in the Holocaust, shared his story in northeastern Pennsylvania. He spreads a message of love, saying even today he does not hate the Germans.
If I would hate all the Germans, I would be just like them because they hated all the Jews.
Laurie's message brought history alive for those not alive during World War II.
It's hard to believe that he went through 6 concentration camps and survived all of them, and he's still here today giving us information.
Laurie is one of 16 Holocaust survivors and liberators to speak at the Hilton Hotel in Scranton this week. Another, Alan Moskin of New Jersey, helped liberate a concentration camp. As he speaks, he tries to relive the horrors he saw.
Any liberator will tell you the stench is the first thing, the smell of dead bodies, and then seeing skeleton-like human beings that weighed 70, 80 pounds, covered with lice.
When they go through all of this, it's heartbreaking for me.
This Friday marks the 70th anniversary of VE Day, a day that marks the formal acceptance by the Allies of Nazi Germany's unconditional surrender. For survivors and liberators, they say it's important to share their stories in order to keep them alive.
Every time I speak to a group today, I tell them they're the last generation that's going to hear people like us